Well, things are getting serious now. It's already almost July, and I have this bare area in my garden that I want to plant. Now, I could go... Oh, something was in here last night. Look at that. That's curious. Knocked out my board. I could go and continue breaking down pallets, which I can do. I can continue making raised beds, which would take me all summer, because breaking down the pallets takes time. And I have done it here. I gotta get a trimmer out here and trim this down. But honestly, I need to get this garden planted now, right now. I also could break up this earth with a shovel and turn this over, which I have done before. When I first moved to Brooklyn, we had a plot out behind the house in the city that hadn't been touched in 36 years, and I did most of it. My friend helped me a little, and we turned over the earth with a shovel. Just dig up, lift it and turn, dig, lift and turn, and turned up the whole yard. But that took a long time, and you got to do it a few times to get the clumps torn up. And then you go through with the hoe and you break up the sod clumps, and then you go through with a rake and you rake up all that clumps. But because time is flying on me right now, and honestly, I've got to get my garden going, because part of the projects I want to show you all is preserving your own food at the end of the year. So I was at the hardware store today. They rent rototillers, $30 for 3 hours, and my landlady went half with me. So for $15 I'm going to have this tiller going and get this garden done today. It's just got to be done, or I'm never going to finish, and we won't have any food preservation videos at the end of the year. just to let you know what I'm doing. You go down one direction, the long way usually, and then crisscross to break up the dirt. The first time I'm just breaking up the sod. Now the second time I'm getting deeper, and then I'm going to go down again the long way, and it'll be done. Well, I just hit a big rock and stalled out, so it's time for a break. I don't want to get sick. It's really hot and humid. I've been pulling out some serious rocks out of here. All these rocks I'm pulling out. I have to stop all the time and pull out a rock here and there. There's another good one. All that has to go. So I'm gonna see, I'm getting it now. I'm getting some good soil broke up. I have to hit it again, and then it'll be ready. And then you got to pull out the side clumps, rake it, prepare the soil a bit more, and then I'll probably mix in some of that manure I got. Well, it's time for a break so I don't get sick from the heat. Let's look down at my nice cool plants here and see what we got. And there's a couple fruits growing here and there. There's nice fruit. Most of them have fallen off and rotted though, sadly. All the first fruits have fallen off. There's another one fell off and rotted. It's quite frustrating. I think we're getting too much rain for these. So far everything's fallen off. I left the strip here. I've got a nice bit of garden now. I've got a path to walk along the edges, along each edge. I've got a path to walk along here next to my raised beds and still work on both the raised beds and walk next to the garden here. So dirt is carried over off to the side a bit, but there's the edge. So I have a nice wide place to work in, and I should hopefully be able to reach both sides. I might put a board in the middle. I'll go by feel here, and I might put a walkway of boards in the middle so I can work this garden better. But there it is. Can't believe it, but that's 2 hours of work right there. But it was raw meadow not too long ago. Now I have a garden. Different types of experiments, different things going on, different plantings. Now I've got a garden. My little baby birds are growing up. Look at this, was just a tiny little baby. My reds, they're friendly. Actually, that little spotted looking one, that was no hen I bought. She's an adult. And the reds, they're getting pretty large. They're really bulking up. They're supposed to be egg layers. Although I'm not sure if this is a rooster or not. Let me show you the face. I can't say I'm a bird expert. I've had chickens, but honestly I can't tell that well. I'm hoping that I don't have 2 roosters here, because that one's got the same stuff on the face, the other red. I'm hoping I don't have all roosters. I know this is a girl. My white one is a girl. And the 2 reds and the white are supposed to be egg layers. And then that blonde, that gold looking one, she's turning out pretty. It looks like an eagle in the face or a hawk. And then the tiny, three little tiny ones, they're growing slow. I don't know if you can see them with this sunlight, if you can see them in the corner there, but they're so little yet. She's turning out big. I don't know what she is. I bought all these at Tractor Supply and it was just a surprise bunch as babies when you got them. But for now, they have peace, at least from that raccoon. I got him out of here, so they'll be safe for a while. Speaking of the raccoon, I think the babies got killed. The nest is empty and the little baby birds are gone. No sign of them. I'm sad because I wanted to watch them grow up, but something got them. My batteries are at 12.7 with a Harbor Freight battery solar panel and the Harbor Freight charge controller, and that's after I used the lights pretty heavily a couple days ago, so everything's good out here. These old junkyard batteries are doing their job. It's alright, and Harbor Freight panels are serving me well. It rained heavily yesterday and all last night, and there's not a drop of water came in here. And this is one of the windows I sealed with silicone. Also, now I wasn't out here to see it myself, but of course because it was nighttime, but there should be pools of water. This is my styrofoam installation, but there should be pools of water up here. I don't see any sign of any water having come in from this last rain. And this wall as well, everything seems dry over here, so I think my sealing job worked. Now I did not show you, but a couple days ago I sprayed this with the rust converter, and I'm trying to decide. I think what I can do is put some spray foam in these holes. It's not really necessary, to be honest. I don't have to do anything with these holes. Somebody said to keep moisture out, but hopefully there won't be any moisture in this camper. Hopefully not ever again, but anyway, I'm trying to decide if I want to put tar undercoating on these and that'll permanently protect them. But I think the rust proofing, the rust converting primer should be good. I've had this on for 3 days now, on and off. I turn it off at night so that I can hear anything if they attack the birds. I'm sitting at 11.17 roughly right now, and I've already gone through a charge-discharge cycle, and what that means is using my Bedini charger, you charge this up until it stops taking any more charge, and then you put a load on it, and that load has to be equal to whatever the battery voltage is at that time. So when I took off the charger, this was sitting at like 11.5 volts. When I took it off the charger, let it sit for a couple hours, and it went down to, I think it was 8.5 volts from sitting. And I put a little electric motor on it to drain it a little, and it dumped down to 4 volts under load, which normally that would mean the battery's junk, but to me with the Bedini charger that just means that I have to do a couple more cycles. So I've got it on. I'm going to let it stay on here until it stops increasing in voltage again, and then I put a load on it, drain it down a little bit, and just keep cycling up until the thing is reconditioned fully. And it may take weeks, depending on how bad the battery is, how badly it's sulfated inside. It may just take days. So I'm just going to keep cycling it and running it. It doesn't cost me a thing to let that just sit here and charge up. Well, this place is starting to look better and better all the time. And it smells better. I keep the windows open whenever it's not raining. And got all the bedroom cleaned. Still have to get the back in here in the bathroom inside the cabinets. And from the bedroom forward I still have to work. I'm going to be doing that in a bit, but that'll be on tomorrow's video because I have church tonight. And if I don't get my video up tonight, you guys will be mad because you won't see it till tomorrow. So just going to wrap this up for now. But anyway, it's coming along. I still have all these walls to wash, all these doors inside and out, and these cabinets, those up there, and these, the whole closet area has to be washed. The fridge, this is actually vinyl. It looks like leather, but it's not, it's vinyl. And this will have to be washed, and there's a lot of gaps. And then I think all the mildew smell will be out of here fully once I get all that done. And then I'm going to clean the yellow film off the ceiling. And just a note, no, I'm not against smokers. I mentioned on the talk show the other night that there was a smoker in here and everything's yellowed from smoke. Doesn't mean I'm against smokers, no. I just happen to mention that when people smoke in a place it causes the yellow. Hope nobody takes offense at that, and if they did, I'm sorry. I used to smoke myself, and honestly I didn't like the stuff on the walls. So, you know, if anybody takes a hit, it should be me as well. So I'm sorry about that, if anybody was offended.